Hey everyone, tonight I'm going to try to do this review as a gentleman because I'm reviewing Gentleman Jack Tennessee whiskey. If you've watched my videos before, you know the Jack Daniels line of products is where it all started. Specifically, the Jack Daniels Old Number 7 is where I started my whiskey journey. This bottle, which was also the first line extension of the Jack Daniels distillery back in 1988, was the next bottle in the ascension of products. And then, of course, I went to the single barrel select 94 proof, and then the barrel proof from there, and then from there sprung over to the world of bourbon. But this was the second product right after the original Jack Daniels Old Number 7 that I tried. And what's unique about this is it's twice mellowed. Now, just to back up a step, this is a Tennessee whiskey, as all the Jack Daniels are, and they basically could be called bourbons. In fact, even though they're not, they're called Tennessee whiskeys, but they meet all the requirements of bourbon. There is one unique thing that sets Tennessee whiskey apart, and that is the Lincoln County process, where it's charcoal mellowed. The process is it's dripped. Jack Daniels specifically drips the whiskey prior to the Old Number 7 and the other brands prior to, and this one too, prior to putting it in the barrel. Drips through for 6 days in basically 10 feet of charcoal. Then it's put in the barrel. And that's the way Jack Daniels Old Number 7 works. What distinguishes this product is that's done that in this case, but then after it is removed from the barrel and before it's put in the bottle, it is going through that process a second time. So it's it's just 2 times of charcoal mellowing to make this ultimate smoothness. Now, if I remember the last time I had this has been a long time. I found this almost a bit too mellow, a little bit weak. First of all, it's 80 proof. So is the original. And the other thing is, I think when I first tried this, I was very young in the whiskey journey, and 80 proof was, it's kind of like other spirits like vodka and tequila, most of them are 80 proof. So that didn't seem anything particular. I think now at this point, as with Basil Hayden, which I don't like, this I do, I find 80 proof probably to be a little bit weak right now. So I think that plus the mellowing may make this a little bit kind of a bland experience, but I want to be objective and try this. And I'm going to pour this up. Just again, this has the same mash bill as the other Jack Daniels products. 80% corn, 12% malted barley, and 8% rye. Very low rye content. The malted barley actually is higher than the rye, and I think you do pick that up in this. But let's see just how mellow this twice mellowed Gentleman Jack is. We're going to pour this up right now. Okay, I have this poured up. I'm trying to see if this looks kind of a little light. I keep thinking basically like when you twice mellow something, it's kind of like scrubbing it twice. There is a purifying process and a mellowing process, but the charcoal mellowing the first time. This is what distinguishes this product from not only the Old Number 7, but I believe most whiskeys. I don't know too many that are double mellowed, although I'm sure there are a few. It looks pretty much normal as far as color. I don't think it's any extra lighter, but let's give this a nose. Very, very light, mellow flavor. Kind of picking up some light caramel, vanilla, but let's give this a taste. Cheers. Yeah, this is very light. I would almost call this like Jack Light. It really does taste very light. It's funny because I think of a light, maybe a thin bourbon that I would think of, and that's the Jim. I don't even want to talk about the Jim Beam White because that's off limits for me. I won't do that. I did not like that. But the Jim Beam Black Extra Aged, thought it was good, but has a very thin feel on the palate. This is a little thin. It's very, very light. Let me give us another taste. I mean, this is probably about as easy drinking a whiskey as there is. It's very light. It's 80 proof, obviously, as I mentioned. It drinks very light. You can tell this has been twice mellowed. The only thing I would think, and I'm sure others would probably agree, is by twice mellowing, you're technically making it extra smooth, but I believe you're probably taking out some of the qualities and features that a lot of people would like about the bourbon, and maybe it mellows it out too much. And that's what I think is the case with this. And again, I think this is an excellent whiskey for someone getting into their whiskey journey, like it was for me many years ago. And I think this is a great starter if you want to try a Tennessee whiskey or just any whiskey in general. Certainly American whiskey. This is a very mellow, easy drinking whiskey if someone's starting out. I kind of wanted to come back to it and see. I wanted to do a review on it, but I think this is a little bit way past the kind of stuff that I'm drinking now, and probably a lot of you are. And certainly if you've been having whiskey or tasting a lot of more complex stuff and higher proof stuff. But there's nothing wrong with this. It's just a light. We'll call it a light bourbon, bourbon light, Jack Light. In any event, all good comments. It's just not strong enough. And I do see, again, double mellowing. It's very smooth, but I think it also probably removes some things from the whiskey that you would probably like. But other than that, it's definitely a good starter. In the future, I would like to go back to one of my favorite Jack Daniel's products, and that was the Single Barrel Select 94 proof. The barrel proof is a little bit hot. It's like almost up to 130 proof, but that one, the 94 proof, is right on the money. So that's it for tonight, and thanks for watching. Cheers.